Hello, this is Angela Johnstone, Program Director for Special Education with Spokane Public Schools. And our topic is the reevaluation process, primarily the paperwork component of our special education services. So you're looking here, I'm in the corner. What I'm highlighting here is the specific paperwork that we have for our special education students who are currently eligible for special education services. They are receiving some benefit of special education. So there are two types of paperwork that must be completed for our school psychologist as we're going through the reevaluation process. The first then would be from our special education teachers. And so as I scroll down the form, you can see specific here we're going to be relating information that is in the students' goal areas, whether they qualify for reading, math, and written language. And what is required here is information about the student and how they are performing, their progress and lack of progress. So to put general comments within the context of this information as to how the student is progressing. Information that is very difficult to assess is if it's written with doing well, doing okay, struggles, has difficulty. That is a plethora of non-information. It does not help us to determine the necessary services and skills that the student is or is not able to demonstrate. So we need more specificity within these forms. That is a requirement. As we scroll down this information, we are looking specifically then at any other goal areas that the student may qualify for to complete their assessment information and provide that valuable resource. The second form is specific to our general education teacher with whom majority of our students do receive services from, if they're in the resource setting and or other areas where they're accessing. So your role as the general education teacher is to then identify the specific content areas that you are serving and whether or not the student is needing any additional assistance or if they're doing fine, but to also have the specificity around that content area. In addition to, does the student require accommodations? Do they need modifications, and to what degree? And do you have any other additional information that would be pertinent, relevant, and helpful to determining whether or not the student continues to meet eligibility for special education services? These forms exist and they are almost identical with the exception of the student demographic for both the elementary or primary grade levels and then our secondary grade levels. Once this information is completed, then it is submitted to the person who is seeking this information. That could be the student's case manager. It could also be one of our school psychologists and or other related service providers. This is critical and imperative upon you as the teacher professional. This then helps us to determine whether or not a student continues to qualify and meet the criteria for requiring special education. That criteria is they continue to have a disability, they have an adverse educational impact, and they require specially designed instruction. If they no longer have that need and no longer meet eligibility, that is a celebration, and we should be just absolutely celebrating that student as they are now transitioning back into the general education setting. Albeit they may need additional supports and services and or universal accommodations to assist them in their academic progression. But we should be celebrating the fact that they no longer qualify. And then if they do continue to qualify, then we will work, and this information is going to then help us refine and define the services that they need. If you need and or have further questions, please direct those to your special education administrator assigned to your building, and they will be more than glad to guide you through this. Thank you very much.